from PRX.
Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the podcaster who's going to talk naps and a little nap-based crossover. But we should put you to sleep at nighttime, too, because it won't be a prescriptive episode, or it'll be somewhat descriptive. Or barely descriptive. I don't know if it'd be discursive or what. But welcome to Sleep With Me. It's a podcast to put you to sleep and keep you company, take your mind off of stuff. Very different than what you might expect with a sleep podcast. I'm here to be your friend in the deep, dark night and distract you so you could fall asleep versus putting you to sleep directly. So this show does take some getting used to, and but I'm glad you're here. If you're new or a regular listener, it's so good to have you back. But we got coming up is support. So the paying for the show is optional, particularly for new listeners or people that only listen from time to time. And then after support will be a long meandering intro meant to ease you into bedtime. Not so much to push you to sleep, but to set things in motion. So I guess slow motion to put you to sleep. That'll be the intro. Then after that, we'll be talking about a couple articles from my friend Matt in his newsletter and that he wrote about napping. And yeah, also we'll be here about an hour. To hang out with you while you fall asleep, to be your friend in the deep dark of night. And like I said, the show ideally will be always free for everybody. And the way we're able to do that is when the people that benefit the most from the show, that listen the most. So people listen 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nights a week, have listened for years, listen to more than one episode a night. When the people whose lives are changed by a podcast support it back, that's the way we're able to be here for everybody else. Like there's 1,000 listeners who are just new or only listen from time to time, and they benefit when if you're one of those people that say, this podcast has made my life so much better. How can I support it back? You could either support one of these sponsors or we'll probably request here to support the show directly. Those are ways you could support it back. Thanks.
This show is supported by Blueland. We hear a lot about microplastics in oceans and food, but they can also come from products we use every day at home, including cleaning products. Blueland is on a mission to make it easy for everyone to make sustainable choices. Blueland believes that hardworking, clean products can be the norm, not the exception, so that you can do better for your family and the planet at the same time. From cleaning sprays and toilet bowl cleaner to dishwasher and laundry detergent tablets, Blueland's products are independently tested to perform alongside major brands, and the formulas are free from dyes, parabens, and harsh chemicals. You'll love not having to choose between the safe option and what actually gets your house clean. Blueland is a certified B Corp and Leaping Bunny cruelty-free certified. Their formulas are EPA's Safer Choice certified, and many products have also earned Cradle to Cradle's Gold Material Health Certificate. If you're looking to make a small change in your routine, you can get 15% off your first order at blueland.com/PRX. Get 15% off your first order by going to blueland.com/PRX. blueland.com/PRX.
All right, everybody, it's time to talk about tonight's sponsor, Helix Sleep. And I think it's time for you to take that Helix quiz. All you do is go to helixsleep.com/sleep. Take the quiz, and you'll get matched with a mattress that fits your sleep preferences, your sleep needs. What's going to help you get a good night's sleep? Because I can tell you from experience, I've spent all winter long snuggled in my Helix. I was so comfortable. I got to tell you, I love my Helix. And if you've been listening to this podcast on a regular basis, you know, Helix is the sponsor we've had the longest relationship with, because everybody deserves a mattress that feels comfortable to them, that helps them sleep. And maybe that's you. I don't know. Does your mattress do that for you? Well, that's why we work with Helix, because the Helix quiz matches you with the perfect mattress based on your personal preferences and sleep needs. It makes buying a mattress easy. Helix is award-winning, the most awarded mattress brand, tested and reviewed by experts like Forbes and Wired. There's free shipping and seamless delivery. Helix delivers a mattress right to your door with free shipping in the U.S. And there's the Happy with Helix guarantee. Rest easy with seamless returns and exchanges. The Happy with Helix guarantee offers a risk-free, customer-first experience designed to ensure you're completely satisfied with your new mattress. So get over there. I don't know what you're waiting for, honestly. You deserve a new bed. And you deserve seeing what Helix has in store for you. So go to helixsleep.com/sleep to see the latest offers for Sleep With Me listeners. That's helixsleep.com/sleep. Make sure you enter our show name after checkout so they know we sent you. helixsleep.com/sleep. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, but this is Scoots running through why people support the show. And maybe you're maybe you're similar to this person, right? So put yourself in their shoes, because maybe you're the person I'm counting on tonight. The show's counting on. And you're saying, yeah, I think Scooter has been trying to get through to me. I've been putting off supporting the show for a few years, but maybe I am the one. Because I remember what my bedtime was like, what the deep, dark night was like before Sleep With Me. I'll never forget what my bedtime was like before this show. And I don't want to go back there. It's finally sunk in that this show needs people like me to support the show back to exist. If I don't support the show or someone else doesn't support it for me, the podcast will be gone. So I'm going to go right now to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus and sign up and support the show. So I don't have to worry about that. And as soon as they do, I'll set up the bonus content later, but I'll support the show right now in this moment. Sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. And then they feel this relief. Now I don't got to worry about it. Now I got access to all this great bonus content, ad-free episodes, story-only episodes. But my $60, my $120, my $7 a month has changed the entire future of the podcast for me and everybody else. Wow, that's relieving. So thank you to all the people that do that. And thank you for considering it tonight. Oh, Mystery Bart, a lot of people help out on the show. Who are they?
Posty poster son sounds like a near fall. Wrote the theme song. Edits episodes. Carl W. the legend. Also edits episodes. Ashley, Kenny, Scotty, Jennifer. Runner. Eric and the team at Astound or on the website. I am the Mystery Bart. I do the lullabies, yeah. I do commissions at jonathanmann.net. I'll write a song for you. Any reason at all. You can tell me the story and I'll make it personal. You see the kindness shine straight on through when the listeners form their own Facebook group. Keith, Stacy, Sarah, Julie, and Jennifer. These are your narrators. Get support dear Scooter on Patreon. Buy the merch and support the sponsors. You can find anything you want at sleepwithmepodcast.com. And we're so proud that we could dance. Rusty Biscuit, Lois, Anna like banana. Leah does the transcripts.
Thanks, Mr. Bard. If you some of these messages rang true for you, but you're not in a position to financially support the show, let people know about the podcast. Give them your honest experience with the show, how you discovered it, how you like to listen, and how it helps. Spread the word, and let me know about it so I can say thanks. Send me a message through our website or on social media. That's a huge, huge way to help the show. You could still be a part of this thing and helping us keep it going just by letting somebody else know about the podcast. Thanks, and what do you say we get on with the show? Hey, are you up all night tossing, turning, mind racing, trouble, getting to sleep, trouble, staying asleep? Well, welcome. This is Sleep With Me, the podcast that puts you to sleep. We do it with a bedtime story. All you need to do is get in bed, turn out the lights, and press play. I'm going to do the rest. What I'm going to attempt to do is create a safe place where you can set aside whatever's keeping you awake. They could be thoughts on your mind, thoughts about the past, the present, the future, thoughts you're thinking about, or thoughts that are thinking without you said, rather not be thinking about this stuff. That's normally what happens for me. It could be feelings, anything coming up for you emotionally related to those thoughts, or feelings that are just there, making an appearance left over from the day, or about something coming up. It could be physical sensations. It could be changes in time, temperature, routine, work schedule. You could work a different, you could work a totally different schedule. You could be traveling. You could have guests. You could have something big coming up that you're excited about, or thinking, thoughts, feelings, or physical sensations about. Whatever it is, the reason I kind of run through some of that stuff is to let you know you're not alone. And that I'm going to be here to try to help you, but that I get it. And while I might not know exactly what brought you here, maybe I haven't experienced the same thing. A lot of the stuff, the feelings are we could relate in some way. Or at the very least, I can relate with you the fact of, like, you'd rather be asleep right now. You wouldn't be listening to my show unless we had something in common, right? Because you'd rather be sound asleep. like I would have rather been multiple times last night. And I'm here to try to help with that. And the other good piece of news is that whatever it is that's keeping you awake, because sometimes that can make me feel isolated. Whatever it is that's keeping me awake. It's sometimes when it's baffling and sometimes when it's specific. I don't know if it's ever been specific, but Pacific, I mean, I'm sure something Pacific breeze might have kept me awake or something. I don't know if I've ever been close enough to Pacific sleeping for it to keep me awake. Pacific sleeping. It's another scent from Sleep With Me that was never invented. Sleeping Pacific, I guess. Or it could be two different ones. I prefer Sleeping Pacific over Pacific Sleeping. Sleeping Pacific also was, in the vein of 90210, Dawson's Creek, Melrose Place, the other show, was that Laguna Beach, other shows like that, like a little bit of a rom-com, not a rom-com, a soap opera, only existed just like the perfumes and colognes and within my mind, as I was trying to say, whatever's keeping you awake, there's someone listening right now who has experienced something very similar and who can greatly relate to you and who's kind of seeing you in the deep, dark night in an indirect way and rooting for you, wishing you well, hoping you get the rest you need on a regular basis, because they discovered the show at some point and they're like, I didn't think this show would help me out, but it did. I'm glad I found it. And they hope the same for you. Now, they could be anywhere in the world. Not only do they hope like this podcast helps you out, but they hope you get the same experience they're experiencing now, which is that you get to root for somebody else in the deep, dark night. And that's hurting like you hurt in the deep, dark night. And that's important because it reduces that. It gives us something. It's something strange. You see, I don't have much control over this sleep stuff, but I can think fondly of somebody else that's dealing with the same thing I am. I got control over that, and then I can just listen to the sleep podcast and see how it goes. And that's why I make the show. So hopefully it can help you out. And the only reason I point all that stuff out is because ignoring it kind of feels like what most people in our lives do, or dismissing it. We're here so that you can get the rest you need, so your life is more manageable tomorrow. And you can get the rest you need on a regular basis so you could be out there in the world flourishing. And the way the podcast works is I send my voice across the deep, dark night. I use lulling, soothing, creaky, dulcet tones, pointless meanders, and superfluous tangents. I go off topic, I get mixed up, then I forget what I was talking about. Then I go back and repeat myself, and then I say, wait a second, what? And all of that, those are pointless meanders and superfluous tangents. And creaky, dulcet tones means my voice is not traditionally soothing, but some people from time to time find it soothing or distracting. And this is a podcast that does take some getting used to. What I mean by that is that it's very different, the idea that you've been looking for something to help you fall asleep, right? And somebody recommended this show, or you found it in a search, or you found it by accident. And you said, sleep podcast, sleep with me. What do you, I thought this would be more soothing or more sleepy. I don't understand. So if you're skeptical or doubtful or frustrated, that's a really normal place to be. And that's how most people get here. In fact, like most people that support the show on Sleep With Me Plus said it took 2 or 3 tries. At first, a lot of people that love the podcast said, first when I got here, I didn't like you, or I didn't know what was going on. And now I know there are exceptions to that rule, but that's the way most people got here. First time, they're like, what is this? I don't think I like it, but I'll try it. Then the second time they said, oh, this isn't that bad. I still don't quite know what I don't get it. And then the third time they said, oh, I woke up in the morning. Now I get that I don't get it. Oh, okay. Now I understand. I never knew to look for something like this or that it could exist. And it is very specific. The show just doesn't work for everybody, but even for the people it works for, it takes a couple tries. And the other thing is, if it never works for you, or you already know that it's a no, that the show won't work for you, or that you don't like it, that's fine too. Everything I set up until this point is still true. So I have a website set up, sleepwithmepodcast.com/no thank you. So you could find something that has other sleep podcasts and sleepy stuff on there. You can find something to help you out. So check that out now. If you say, I don't like you at all, totally, it's normal. Most people, that's totally normal. So check out sleepwithmepodcast.com/no thank you. Because I still want you to get a good night's sleep. But give the show a few tries. You got nothing to lose, really. And we could kind of hang here. And so that's one thing I like you to know. The other thing is, it is different listening to a podcast you don't really listen to. Because you say, yeah, this is like someone you're not paying attention to, but you're kind of pretending to pay attention, or you're barely listening. You know, so much of our lives, and even actually so much of like what I'm trying to get down during the day is we got to be a better listener, right? Got to do more active listening, more paying attention, more being in the moment is what I strive for during the day. At bedtime, I don't want to be in the moment, right? I want to be distracted from the moment. So then something happens beyond my understanding and I'm asleep. And I don't want to do any active listening at bedtime or like work on listening skills. And that's what this show's about. You could pretend. Like, what if, I'm not saying to do this, but at bedtime with this show, it's totally fine to practice inactive listening, passive unlistening. Great. That's great, Scoots. Listening. You do a lot of ums. It's a good thing this show doesn't have a drinking game where I'd have to have a sip every time you said or a listening game. Because, those were both gratuitous and not gratuitous. They just happened. So now I can't even remember what I was talking about. So it's a podcast, like background noise, like an audiobook you're not interested in, like a TV on in the other room, your show streaming under your pillow. It's something that's there that you don't have to engage in, but you could engage in if you wanted to. Like a friend telling you a story for your benefit, but they say, hey, you don't need to pay attention. I'm just going to talk to you about these articles I read and maybe make some comments about them for about an hour. But if you fall asleep, that's fine. I'm just here to talk for your benefit. That may work once in a while with a really good friend with a certain skill set that is, that I may or may not have too. But, doesn't work, like it's not something we can enact, all the time. So it's a podcast you don't really listen to. You'll kind of see how that goes. It's also a sleep podcast. It's been around since 2013. I'm not actually here to put you to sleep. There is no pressure to fall asleep with this show. There's a reason the episodes are over an hour, so you don't have to think about it. There's people listening who can't sleep at all, or who need a break during the day, or who just tuning in the middle of the night, or they work a really different schedule and they need the show. I'm here to the very end, whether for them and for you, whether you're awake or asleep. So that I don't know, because my job is not to put you to sleep, but to hang out, to be your bore friend, your bore bae, your neighbor, your bore bee, your boreman, your Boris Borloff, your chairman of the boards, your bore sib, your bore cuz, your bore bruh, your best bore friend forever. To just keep you hang out, just to be here to a mild distraction in the deep dark night, a presence, a kind voice that's outside of whatever's you're dealing with, to tell you a story and to be here for you. That's what the bore friend does, the bore bae. So that's my job. The only other thing, I mean, I'm really glad you're here. I say that a lot on the show, but I really am. I don't normally say it in this part, but I was just thinking, thanks for listening, and I hope I can help you. I like to meet you where you are and explain the structure of the show, particularly if you're new. It could be a little bit of like confusing why we structure the show the way we do. And it's important because it's meeting you where you are is important, but we found that this particular version of the show is what benefits the most people, a listener and sponsor-supported version of the show. We're paying for it's optional. So the show starts off with a greeting. Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And that makes people feel seen and welcomed. You say, oh, okay, could check this show out. Then there's support from sponsors and requests for listener support. And if you're new or you only listen occasionally, that's not important. Like, it's really only important for the people that benefit the most to support the show. And if you prefer something without ads, you can get that on Sleep With Me Plus. But yeah, the sponsors, that's the way we're able to keep the show out and available to anyone. And after the support, totally separate from the support, is a show within a show, the intro of the podcast, which we're like 15 minutes or so into. It's usually somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes long, where I try to introduce the podcast and I go off topic, I get mixed up. It's totally separate from the support. And it's not meant to put you to sleep. It's meant to be familiar. You say, okay, Scoots is going to explain what the podcast is yet again. But I do a new intro every time. I just talk to myself in the third person. I got mixed up, but I do that too. But now I'm already confused because part of me wants to make third person jokes. You see, he can't even make a joke about the third person. The second person said, none of this is funny. So he couldn't even get it anyway. So. What was I saying? Structure the show. Intro. Oh, the intro goes on and on and on, but it's familiar because this I follow kind of the same pattern, but my tangents are always different. And I think that's like a key thing to point out, only because it never worked for me. Repetition never worked for me. Consistency and familiarity works for me, of having a consistent bedtime and a consistent bedtime routine. But if I read the same book or listened to the same exact thing, my brain would just start pointing everything out, and I'd start thinking, feeling, or all that stuff again. So that's why the intro is different every time, because you're important and I want to help. The reason the intro is like 15 to 20 minutes, other than that I go on tangents, is so that you have a wind down, like a kind of grace period, or a buffer between being awake and asleep. But that's what works for me, is having a wind down routine and having something that's a part of that, right? To ease you into bedtime, whether you're in bed getting comfortable, you're getting ready for bed, or you're winding down, doing some other chill activities, stretching, petting pets, doodling, laying around, looking out the window. That's something that makes bedtime nice. Whether for me, it's nice. Like I've had quite a few nights of good bedtime routines without good sleep. But I said, at least I was kind of, up until then, I was in a great, like things went well. That's what's under my control, is having a nice bedtime routine. And maybe this could be a part of it for you. That's why the intro goes on and on and on. Now, if you fall asleep fast and you're hearing me, please support the show, because the show can't exist without people that fall asleep fast supporting it directly, because there's no sponsors that it's just not conducive. So if you fall asleep fast on a regular basis, please support the show. If you find you just prefer something without intros, like just the story parts of the show, don't worry. We have an ad-supported, listener-supported version of the podcast, Bedtime Stories from Sleep With Me. That has, what do you call it? Like just the stories of the show. They're from a few years ago, too, so it feels fresh. And then if you support the show on Sleep With Me Plus, you have access to tons of story-only episodes, including the latest episodes all the way back. I think there's 600, 700, 800, 900 story-only episodes in that feed. So some people do prefer story-only versions, but most people like getting eased into bedtime with the intro. So you could just discover what works for you as you become a regular listener, or build a playlist within your podcast app of what you like as you become a regular listener. You'll discover what works best for you. I just want to give you some options and meet you where you are, because a lot of times, even I can feel stuck, and anything I can do to help with that is my job. Okay, so after the intro support, again, so paying for the show is optional up until the people that benefit the most. And then there'll be our bedtime story. So it'll be a kind of a crossover episode. It's not with a podcast. It's with a writer, but who writes about napping. So that'll be cool. And they've been working on this for a while. And then they have we'll say goodnight. And that's like the thing. I'll be here a bit over an hour. I'm really glad you're here. I work really hard on the show. So do a bunch of other people. So if you fall asleep fast, if you listen all night long, if you've listened longer than 3 years, if you listen to more than 5 episodes a week, we've been trying to get your attention since April of 2025. You're the people we count on to keep for the show to exist for everybody else. So if you're hearing me right now, please consider either supporting one of these sponsors or supporting the show directly, because we really need the people that benefit the most to support the show back, so it can be here for everybody. Now, if you're not in those groups, you're new, you only listen time to time, every couple months for a few weeks at a time, don't worry about it. We got you. The other listeners got you. Thanks. And if this podcast has changed your life, here's the ways you get support back. Thanks. Hey, everybody, this is Scoots, and this episode is based on a newsletter, but Matt Hoffman, who was a writer behind the stuff we're reinventing for this episode, has a new podcast out I wanted you to know about and to check out, and it's called Bub and Pop. That's B-U-B and P-O-P, Bub and Pop. Now, Matt's a music journalist, and the podcast is about music, careers in music, life, the universe, and everything. It's a conversation and so much more. You got to check it out. It's in every podcast app and on YouTube. That's Bub and Pop. There'll be a link in our show notes, and you can check it out on socials. And on social media, it's also at Bub and Pop. So check it out. And now here comes Scoots. Take it back from Scoots. Hey, everybody, this is Scoots, and I'm trying to run through these messages of why people support the show now. We talked about, who doesn't need to support the show, who could, but who is supporting the show, and why would someone support a free podcast? And there's 3 kind of main... They're all similar. So put yourself in this person's shoes. Maybe this is you, and maybe you're the person that'll support the show tonight. Because the first thing they do is they say, oh, Scooter has been talking to me. I can support the show. I want to support the show. I've just been kind of putting it off. And now I'm hearing how that the show really does need my support. I'm going to support the show right now. And then they go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus right now. They did it last night or the night before, and they sign up to support the show because they say, I know the show needs my support. I've just been waiting for the perfect time. Well, now's the perfect time. I'm going to do it. If that's you, sign up right now, sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Don't wait. You could set up the bonus content tomorrow or a day or two. But if you're hearing me right now and you're like, yeah, I am the one. I can support the show and I want to. And I can't replace this podcast with something else. sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Hey, everybody, this is Scoots. So this is a crossover episode with a newsletter and a writer, a friend of mine, Matt Hoffman, who has a newsletter to Nap Divine about napping, kind of like script notes and things interesting to people. And it's about napping and things interesting to people that like naps or curious about napping and stuff like that. And trying to put this out close to Nap Day, National Napping Day. But I may put it out at another time because, just might. But Matt's someone that like writes about music, writes about napping, and who's interviewed me for these articles. We've also just had a lot of great conversations about music and trying to stay creative and navigate, being creative and following pursuits, especially sleep-related pursuits. So what I'm going to do is sleepify 2 articles that Matt did about napping. And if you check out Matt's, To Nap Divine has an archived of the newsletter, and Matt's still pursuing writing and stuff. So you could, I'll link to everything. You got to trust me. But I want to, sorry, I got distracted as I was like, supposed to be like looking up one article. I started looking up other ones. And so the first article is from Mental Floss. It came out in July 26, 2025. The best way to nap, according to experts. And the image there is a very cute one of someone taking a nap with a puppy poo. Now, Matt points out to start out the article that napping is a little bit like cilantro or pineapple on pizza. Like some people really love naps or snoozes and attribute a lot of benefits to them. And then people kind of downplay it as something that happens, or that they are not able to do it, or they wake up and it wasn't helpful for them. And I guess I could weigh in and naps later once I get through this first article and tell it to you, because maybe I'm going to learn more about naps and napping. And though naps, Matt points out, can get a bad reputation because some people feel groggy after a nap or have trouble getting to bed at night. Maybe some of these tips about napping will help you redefine your relationship with napping. Because Matt points out that a few simple tweaks, anyone can elevate their cat nap game and even improve their overall sleep hygiene. With these tips, you'll be on your way to becoming excellent at napping. And here's where Matt tells us what he's going to tell us. A great writer, like great writers do. We're going to talk about timing mattering for naps, a power nap versus a sleep cycle nap. What's the difference? And what about coffee naps? Why do they matter? And then finally, creating the perfect sleep soundtrack. Interesting. All right, so let's get into timing for naps. The key to timing naps correctly is to align them with the natural dip in your circadian rhythm. I can't believe I got that right on the first try. Maybe I didn't. Circadian rhythm. I love how that circadian rhythm. Here's a question for Matt when he's listening to this. Can you give me a list of bands with circadian in the name, albums with the circadian in the album title, and can we create a circadian playlist that has nothing to do with anything except everything has circadian? What about circadian? I guess that could be a future Sleep With Me character. Circadian. Somebody can remind me of that, too. How come that's never been a thing before? Got to get on that. Circadian. Okay, but let's get back to this article already, Scoots. Thank you, Circadian. Circadian, could you help me out the rest of the way? Sure, but I'll just be boring Scoots, super chill, boring Scoots. You could call me Circadian from now on. That kind of does sound like it would be your hip hop name, self-given. So I don't know if it can be. Can you give yourself a name? Well, you gave it to me. I'm Super Chill Scoots, which you also gave me that name. But I'll be Circadian. How about I take it from here, Scoots? Oh, yeah, people love hearing from you, so let's do it. Okay, so you're trying to align your nap with a natural dip in your circadian rhythm. That's your internal clock that regulates your sleep-wake cycle. Sorry, I thought you were taking it, and then I took it from you. It's okay, Scoots, I'll take it from here. Because that was a close one with clock, which is clock. The best time to nap is related to your waking time. And this is according to Dr. Sarah Mednick, who's a cognitive neuroscientist at Cal Irvine, which if you're from California, you could say that. If you're writing an article for Mental Floss, you would say University of California, Irvine. And the author of the book, Take a Nap, ! Change Your Life. Okay, so put Dr. Sarah Mednick on your radar, Scoots. Circadian here, though. The other experts, such as Dan Pink, the author of When, The Scientific Secrets of Perfect Timing. Now, Scoots, aren't you reading a book by Daniel Pink? But not about you could use the scientific secrets of perfect timing, huh? Yeah, I'm reading a book, was in California. My goal is to start reading it again. But yeah, it's kind of about trying to find a way. Anyway, this is about perfect napping right now. So it's just we always make this about us, but let's. And I don't know if that wasn't a humble brag, because you don't really, circadian, you don't really need to humble brag. No, Scoots, I was just making an observation. But anyway, The Scientific Secrets of Perfect Timing by Dan Pink cites research that divides us into 3 chronotypes. Interesting. When our energy levels are at their peaks, there's larks who are morning people, owls who are night people, and third birds, which is everybody else. And researchers actually have developed assessments that Matt links to in the article. Can we take the assessment, Scoots? As well as Dr. Mednick created a nap wheel to help would-be nappers gain a better sense of the right time for a snooze. So, but let's just finish this part of the article, then we'll go on a tangent. Okay, Scoots? Take it away, Super Chill Scoots. So SCS, Super Chill Scoots is SCS, so I could be Circadian, SCS. But yeah, those awake in the morning between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m., the best time to lie down and nap might be between 1 and 3 p.m., kind of post-lunch. That's your body's cue for a nap when you get a little slumpy after your post-lunch. A little shut-eye at that time won't interfere with your nighttime sleep, and it works with your body's natural rhythms. But if you let nap later in the day, obviously it's going to interrupt your tending to fall asleep later. Then we have the power nap versus the sleep cycle nap. And Dr. Mednick says the nap duration is also important. The power nap is a short 10 to 30 minute doze. This duration allows you to get the benefits of increased alertness and focus without entering deep sleep. Do you know when your tea over, you know when you don't want your tea to do is enter deep steep stages. Or maybe you do, but you don't want it to over steep so you want to get it at the perfect deep steeping stage. But we're talking about deep sleeping stages. Waking from deep sleep often creates sleep inertia, which is that groggy feeling that can last for several minutes or even an hour. Now, if you have more time and are thinking about your memory, you could take a 90-minute nap. This will allow you to complete a full sleep cycle It will also minimize the odds of having sleep inertia. But be careful because you don't want to overplay with your circadian rhythm. Was that a song? Was that like how you got known for having a circadian rhythm? Circadian. Scoots, thanks. Coffee naps. Why do they matter? Perhaps counterintuitively, coffee and naps can be a great combination. The coffee nap, or nappuccino as Pink calls it, works by taking advantage of the time it takes caffeine to kick in. And you've thought about doing this, Scoots. You've even tried it like occasionally, but usually you're just not able to nap, and it doesn't fit your lifestyle or your sleep cycles really. But we could cover that later. But yeah, you could try for a cup of coffee right before your nap, or I think a nappuccino is like having an espresso. You could listen to that song too, because that would kind of give you some feels. It may be too much of an earworm at this point though. But maybe just listen to some Sabrina Carpenter. I don't know if you do that while you're drinking the coffee. Yeah, have a cup of coffee or an espresso while you're listening to Sabrina Carpenter. Then set a sleep timer, and then or listen to find a Sabrina Carpenter album that lasts 20-25 minutes. But also set an alarm so you wake up in 20-25 minutes, and then you'll wake up feeling refreshed from the repose, and the caffeine will kick in. Now, this doesn't work for everyone, if you don't have caffeine or you just can't time it. Now, regardless of how you do it, napping can be for everyone. It doesn't have to be frustrating. By paying attention to timing, duration, and other factors, you can unlock the rejuvenating potential of well-timed snooze. That could be one of your songs, too. Scooter's writing my material, so I just have to read it. Well-timed snooze. That sounds kind of like a 90s... like an album title. Circadian, a well-timed snooze. Because Scoots, I prefer not to be a one-hit wonder or two-hit wonder. Though I have heard interviews with certain 90s one-hit wonders that I don't think this is the case anymore, though. But then, 80s, 90s, maybe you could actually do well enough for that to live a like a nice leisurely lifestyle. Pretty rare though, probably. All right, let's get into the perfect sleep soundtrack. So we got Circadian, we got Sabrina Carpenter. Those sound more like winding down type songs. What else do you have first? Well, the right environment is a key to restorative daytime slumber, and sound often plays a role. While some people might like complete silence, others find their types of background audio can be conducive to a restful sleep. White noise, nature sounds, rain, ocean waves, ambient music can help mask clamorous distractions. Oh boy, love Matt's use of clamorous. So you know who makes, Matt makes clamorous seem glamorous. You put the glam and clam. Clamorous distractions and promote better relaxation. Others have developed podcasts to help you fall asleep. There's Northwoods Baseball Sleep Radio, where Wally McCarthy, amazing human being and podcaster, calls imaginary old-time baseball games between imaginary teams. Like, if you got to listen to this podcast, I promoted it on the show before, but the amount of, it's just an amazing piece of art. Each episode, replete with imaginary players, imaginary advertisers. Also, Sleep With Me. And if you're not into podcasts, you could check out the BBC shipping forecast, where broadcasters calmly deliver weather reports for the seas around the British Isles. Each forecast is only a few minutes long, but also people put them on YouTube and put them together. So to sum it up, napping is great. And studies show that regular siesta can have a lot of benefits, especially where mental and physical health are concerned. So let's check out some of these links that Matt linked to. chronotypes. Let's do the assessment. We'll check out the nap wheel. All right, so this first link goes to a CNBC article, but we're going to come back to this one. Let's go to the chronotypes. This is on Daniel Pink's website, danpink.com. And this is a link to the online version of the Munich chronotype questionnaire, which is in the process of being moved. Let's see if it got moved. No. Let's see if we put in MPCDF. Okay, that stands for something else, so that didn't work. Let's try the Munich chronotype questionnaire. Okay, we have a PDF at UPenn, their school. And then let's see this one. There's also Daniel Pink links to the Horn-Ostberg morning evening questionnaire. Oh, he also put a paper version. Okay, so let's try. This is automated morning evening questionnaire. Welcome to the questionnaire. Oh, that one costs money, which I'm just not in a place to do it right now. Okay, this is a deeper dive here. This next link, I think these are links that I found. Okay, this is the UPenn article. I think it's an article. It does have some of the questions. So, Scoots, are you ready to try to answer some of them? Doesn't feel like it's that long. Scale scored by the website when it's which it's available. So let's just look at the questions. Okay, but I think my answers are not going to be accurate because right now Koa doesn't sleep very well, so I can't. But I'll try. Okay. Okay. So, what time do you have to get up at? What time do you have to get up at, Scoots? Right now, unfortunately, it's whenever Koa gets up, which today was 5, and yesterday, I don't even remember. But do you want me to do also like an imaginary example? Sure. Okay, so I'd say I'd like to get up. Well, if I would like to get up at 7:30. Currently, in November of 2020, I'm recording this in November of 2025. With the time change, I'd like to get up at between 7 and 7:30. But I haven't been getting up that early because I haven't been getting solid sleep. But 7 to 7:30. Okay, great, Scoots. That was a very concise answer. Can you tell that Super Chill Scoots has been listening to Doughboy? So, like, do you get that? He's trying to play a little, trying to make this, just so you know, those two actually like each other. So that's just the fun nature of the show. Okay, and I didn't say anything about how much I like you, Scoots. I just work with you. I'm Circadian, by the way. Oh, soon to be OBE, probably. Okay, so how long do you need to wake up? Okay, normally, right now, I can't answer that. But if I was in a rhythm, if I was in my normal rhythm, I'd wake up at 8. But I think that was when I lived in California. And the light was, I'm trying to get a good relationship with light here, though I haven't been successful. But I would say, from what I've been doing the sleep podcast for a while, immediately, as soon as I wake up, I get out of bed, though also with the temperature. So I don't need very long to wake up. I'd say 1 minute. Okay. Do you regularly wake up before the alarm, with the alarm? With Koa is my current alarm, so I wake up with the alarm. I try not to I try not to use an alarm. Okay. From 0 o'clock, I'm fully awake. From when I get up, I'm fully awake. Even before I have caffeine, if I slept 8 hours, I'm usually fully awake. Okay, at what time do you have an energy dip? That's a good question, actually, and I'm not trying to brag, but if I'm functioning like I normally do, I don't usually have an energy dip. That's one of the reasons, not only is it unable to nap, but I just don't see a time that my nap would fit in, kind of like Matt said, unless it was like, I may have an energy dip, I more have a focus dip than an energy dip. Okay, thanks for answering that question. I'll just at around 0 o'clock. Could you just, just don't have an energy dip, so I don't know what to tell you. Okay, it's a good thing we didn't pay that $10. On nights before work days, I go to bed at o'clock. Okay, again, not a consistent answer because I have no idea how long it'll take Ko to fall asleep right now. And honestly, that could be anywhere from 30 minutes to hours. But usually, okay, let's just say if I wanted to get up at 7:30, that'd be 11:30. So I would want to go to bed at 10:30. Like other than my reading I want to start reading fiction at 10:30. Like, so the rest of my wind down routine is done. Okay, so if you do that, it takes you about 30 minutes to an hour to fall asleep. Yeah, in a perfect world, I'd read fiction for 30 minutes. I'd fall asleep at 11. And then, I'd have to, if Ko was sleeping soundly, then I'd probably have 30 minutes, of waking in a perfect world. Yeah. Thank you. You're improving at this. If I get the chance, I like to take a siesta nap. Correct or not correct? Oh, no. Yeah, correct or not correct? Not correct. And you would sleep for, when was the last, you have taken naps before, though. Yeah, I like to take a nap on days days of leisure. I just don't have a lot of days of leisure where I'd be mostly alone and living a leisure. If I'm living a day of leisure, I'm probably doing something. Yeah, otherwise I'm trying to run a small business. And so I do try to get my sleep at night, I guess. Okay, this isn't this is just a questionnaire. It's not a comment on your value system. But, so I just put I guess this is kind of, you would, how long would you nap if you could nap for? I like that idea of a 30-minute nap, 25-minute. So I would nap for 30 minutes. How would you feel afterwards? Good or not good? Well, if I was in a perfect world, good. The few times I do nap, normally I do feel pretty good after. Though sometimes I nap for 20 minutes. I guess the last nap I took, I can picture it. It was since I moved here, and I think I took about a 20 to 30-minute nap. Okay, these are free days. So those were on work days. My dream would be to sleep until, I don't know, I like to get up at every day, but let's just say 9 o'clock. Okay. Well, you normally wake up at 7:30. None of this is accurate, though, currently. It's a good thing Munich's not getting any of this, Okay. If I wake up at my normal time, I try to get back to sleep. So let's say it's a weekend. If you stayed up later, you would go back to sleep, right? Correct, yeah. So let's say I went to bed at 12 or 11:30 or something, really running wild. Try to go back to sleep till 8:30 or 9. Like if I went to bed at 12, I'd probably need to sleep till 9 or 8:30 or 9, yeah. Okay, correct. If you got back to sleep, you would sleep for another hour to 2 hours, so 60 to 120 minutes. How much time would you need to wake up after that? If I got 8 hours, 1 minute. Okay, and then you'd be awake immediately, right? And then on those days, would you have an energy dip? More likely, because I kind of just said that on a weekend is more likely when I'd have an energy dip. Because, yeah, maybe I woke up, so I'd have an energy dip around 1, 2, 3 p.m. Okay, on nights before days off, what time do you go to bed? Well, this is actually a part of my value system. Because I have a lot of people that are strict about their bedtimes in my life, and they get up early every single day. And I kind of, I have strong feelings about that, saying you're going to bed. So I will try to stay up, either because I'm caught up in the moment or out of like a social compact or family compact. So I will stay up between 11 and 12, or not even start my bedtime routine until like 11, or shorten it if I'm going to bed 11:30, 12:30. Okay. We'll put 11:30 then. How long will it take you to fall asleep? I mean, I'd probably be pretty tired. I'd probably, I still wouldn't skip my whole bedtime routine. I'd still do it. So it takes still about 45 minutes to fall asleep. Okay. If you get the chance, you would take a nap. I would, but if it was a weekend, I'd go for 60 minutes, even though it's not recommended. Now I know 30 or 90. Okay. And how would you feel afterwards? Depends on the sunlight situation, to be honest. If the sun's out and the sun's still up, like I wake up at 3 p.m., I can get access to sunlight. I feel good. If it's a gray day here in the eastern zone, or I sleep till it's dark, then I'm not going to feel good. Okay. Once I'm in bed, I would like to read for 30 minutes. Can we? Yeah, 30 minutes. But I generally fall asleep after no more than 30 minutes. I prefer to sleep in a completely dark room. That's correct. I wake more easily when morning light shines in my room. Correct. Right now you're using a sleep mask, right? Scoots. I alternate and I wash the other one. But yeah, I haven't been able to darken my room yet because I'm still unpacking, even though I've lived here for 2 months. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Don't let your internal objector get in the way of this. How many days how long per day do you spend on average outside exposed to daylight? On work days, I mean, if there's daylight or in California, at least an hour between walking the dog, running, or sitting outside. And on free days, probably 2 hours. Now, here in a place where there's less sunlight, I'm trying to get 30 minutes. Anytime there's sunlight, I try to specifically walk the dog, but also, even when it's cold, work outside. Because there is a sweet spot here, if it's not cloudy, with the time change now, between like 10:30 and 1, when there is sunlight. Because we also live in a hilly area. Okay, thanks. Don't say you don't need my bio. I'm just answering the question. So I don't know at this time, but 30 minutes. But you also run. So on the weekends, you probably still get an hour here if the sun's out. Okay. So after you answer those questions, you should have a general feeling of which chronotype you might be. Let's see what they list. They don't actually describe them here. It's 19 questions, and maybe later. So then you might have an idea. So here's the questions. Extreme, moderate, slight, normal. So there's early type, and then there's late type. Okay, let's see. So after you try to feel, you should have a feeling of the time of day type you belong to. So if you like and manage to sleep quite a bit longer on free days and work days, or if you can't get out of bed on Mondays, then you are more of a late go to bed early type. If you feel perky when you wake up and jump out of bed, then you're an early type. Try to categorize myself. I mean, I'd say I was like maybe slight early to normal. Okay, so you're for your sleep chronotype, you're slight early. So type 2 to type 3. Okay, I could see that. I'd say, yeah, you're somewhere between a 2 and a 4. As a child, you were, well, I didn't really have a choice, but even on the weekends, we would wake up to watch cartoons. So I'd say I was a 1, moderate early type. Not like I woke up, because I do have a nephew that's a 0, like a super early type. And he's very quiet. He stayed here last weekend, but okay, great, Scoots. As a teenager, you were extreme late type, but that's due to lifestyle as well. I'd sleep till 2 o'clock. In if you're older than 65, okay, so you don't have currently you're okay. So your parents are, my father's a 0, extreme early type. Say my mom's the same as me, 2 to 4. Okay, what about your siblings? Okay, so I have one brother that's a 0, one brother that's a 1. My sister is between 4 and 6. I have another brother. He's probably 3. I have 2 more brothers. I'd say they're 3s. So I have a 0, 2 possible 0, 1 definite 0, another possible 0 to 1. Yeah, he's a 0. So 2 zeros, 1 between 4 and 6, and then 2 3s, or between 2 and 4. And you're not in a current relationship with anybody. Well, I guess you are with Koa. And Koa would be, if this was like where we rolled a 20-sided dice, she'd be chaotic. Okay. Okay, so that's the questionnaire. Let's take a look at the nap wheel here. You just take your wake-up time. And let's see. If your wake-up time was 8 a.m., here's how it works. So this is on Dr. Mednick's website, sarahmednick.com. Whether you want a pure stage 2 nap to keep alertness or slow wave sleep or extra REM, the nap will help you. Okay, so the numbers represent 24 hours on the day. Yellow circles, the slow wave sleep. So at 8 a.m., the slow wave sleep would be between 5 p.m. and 7, 8, and 9. Stage 2 is constant. The REM sleep would be between... I don't understand how to do this because I'm reading it while I'm doing it. Why don't you slow down? Okay, so the numbers on the outer edge of the wheel are 24 hours in the day. Bright blue circle represents the amount of REM sleep you're likely to have at each hour of the day. So you would go into REM sleep between 6 and 11 a.m. at each hour. The yellow circle represents the amount of a slow wave sleep, which increases the longer you've been awake. Stage 2 is the constant in the equation, whether you're napping at 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. So the first 20 minutes of any nap are going to be exclusively stage 2. So when you start programming your naps, the first thing you'll do is set the wake-up time to the hour you woke up. Then you'll follow the hours clockwise until you reach your desired ratio of REM to slow wave sleep. Notice that naps occurring before 1 p.m. will have more REM, and those later in the day will have more slow wave sleep. So for a 7 a.m. person, a 90-minute nap at 1:30 p.m. could be called the perfect nap. Let's see. Let me take a look at that. A 7 a.m. Oh, yeah, because it peaks at 8 p.m. Wait a second. 1:30. Don't understand. 1:30 p.m. So 7 a.m., 1:30 p.m. Oh, that way you stay out of those sleeps. Okay, so you stay mostly in stage 2 sleep with just a little bit of each one. Okay, I get it, because you don't want to get into those sleeps. So for you, Scoots, it would be between, I mean, I guess 2 p.m., 2:30 p.m. is the perfect stage. Okay, now I get it. Anybody can go to sarahmednick.com/nap wheel to try that out for themselves. All right, this is I forgot, Super Chill Scoots, Circadian. We took a little break after that. Scoots did not take a nap, but we're returning to Matt's articles. Because the next article, oh boy, is it exciting. Wait, were we supposed to cover something else, Scoots, or your relationship with naps? No, I think that's it. So let's cover this next article by Matt, but Scooter does not have the original article. So give me a second here. Okay, this is famous 10 modern and famous nappers. Now this is from Mental Floss, January 22nd, 2024, but this is also something Matt's been chasing for a while. And, like we said, napping's great. Many famous people throughout history, politicians, artists, musicians, actors, and athletes have discovered the benefit of napping for themselves and incorporated into their routines. Below is a list of figures who have definitely appreciated a good midday rest. Now, this isn't a countdown, but it has numbers. So we coming in at number 1, because they're the first person on the list. Number 1, Thomas Alva Edison. Now, that's a renowned inventor, Thomas Edison. Or Thomas Alva Edison, if you're being official. I guess if you were monogramming pajamas to give him a gift in some sort of imaginary world, or monogram, it'd be TAE. So that's another thing to note. The only reason I thought of monogramming is because Scooter and I have been watching a little bit of Family Ties, because Koa's been watching Family Ties, and a lot of it. She seems to like it, not as much as the Addams Family, but we've tested Gilligan's Island, Alf, Cabot Cove Mysteries, Bob Ross channel, Who's the Boss? Those have been the competition. And it's kind of like a sleep podcaster who wants to, she really liked Bob Ross for a while, and then it seemed like she grew out of it. Cabot Cove Mysteries, we haven't been able to find the channel again, but she did seem to like that. Not love it. She didn't love, you could tell she loves it because she's always sleeping. It's kind of like her sleep podcast. Who's the Boss? She seems all those, and Alf. She didn't like. She would probably like that the least. Gilligan's Island. It came on by accident. That she seemed to like. So I'd say top tier Addams Family by far. Second tier, whatever A. That was G. Whatever they do. I don't know those ratings that people do on the internet all the time. Yeah, but the A rating we give to Family Ties. What else? Bob Ross, though maybe she moved it to a B tier without telling us, and Gilligan's Island. But we got to get back to Thomas Alva Edison. Made the list for a good reason, according to Matt. Well, he had a controversial view on sleep around here. He didn't like it and thought it was antithetical to productivity, and instead preferred periodic naps. He preferred periodic naps. Often in one of the many cots he had spread around his property, and sometimes he would sleep outside on the ground, and sometimes even when he had guests, he was hosting company at his home. And that when he woke up from his nap, he would feel rejuvenated and ready to continue his work. And by the way, fun fact, Matt pointed out, Edison invented 1,093 inventions. So that's Thomas Edison. Number 2, Winston Churchill. And Winston Churchill, another avid memoir, pointed out in his memoir, according to Matt, that he shared his view that people were not meant to work a full day without the blessed oblivion of a nap. Yeah, I mean, put that in the work guides, even a 20-minute one. Now, he wasn't he did have other issues that may have made him sleepy, but typically when he was running the show, he was sleeping every afternoon for an hour or more. So is that the secret to his success? I don't know, but he did love napping. Number 3, coming in at number 3, Salvador Dali. No list of famous nappers is complete without Salvador Dali. Salvador Dali. I mean, I'm always like, am I pronouncing it correctly? Pioneer of surrealist art, and also in napping. In his 1948 work, 50 Secrets of Magic Craftsmanship. I got to check this out. It just sounds like a book I should be reading, Dali claimed that napping was essential and shared his secrets to napping effectively. The key is to sit in a chair lightly holding a heavy key or object between your thumb and forefinger while dangling your arm over the chair. And then after dozing off, the noise will wake you. At times he used a metal mixing bowl and spoon in place of keys. And this was how he did his naps. This unique approach to soothing was all part of his method. Oh, wow, I got to check this out. A series of practices Dali explored to access his subconscious and enter into a kind of waking, dreamlike state. Interesting stuff. I got to test his theories out. Even though it's not a theory. That's number 3. Wonder if he was a guest on the Addams Family. Someone played Picasso on the Addams Family. But I don't want to get too tangential right now because I want to get to all these famous nappers, including, you may be a parrot head. What are some famous parrot heads? I could think of Justin from My Brother and Me. But Jimmy Buffett was a napper. What better way to follow a cheeseburger in paradise than with a snooze? I could agree with that. Vacation napping, holy moly. I mean, back when I used to have I didn't have a lot of margaritas, but if I did, it would probably have been during the day and had a nap afterwards because it had just been a little bit of a, pre-gaming for me. But cheeseburger and a nap is amazing. According to a 2016 interview with the New York Times, Buffett talked about his love of napping. In fact, the story of the Margaritaville brand begins in 1996 when he woke up from a nap. Years later, he went on to name his final album in 2023, Equal Strain on All Parts, after his grandfather's description of a nap. Interesting stuff. I really like that. Okay, I had thought of some other tangent, but then now I forgot what it was. Axl Rose, holy moly. In the stock photo they have, Axl has a belly shirt on, or crop top. He's got a little washboard going there. So back in 2011, there was an opening band for GNR. Oh, I was going to say, because I used to nap on the days I did live shows. So it's always a big part of my live show routine. So I can understand, I don't know, because like the preparation for it and then the build up and then you want to be rested. Almost all my live shows, I'd try to take a nap and I would get tired in anticipation of it. So I could see these musicians or performers being big into naps. Okay, GNR in 2011 was supposed to be opening at the Forum, or their band was opening for them, Puppy City, and this is in L.A. This is according to their bassist Styx and their drummer Styx and their bassist Alexi. but they couldn't hold a sound check in the 4 hours before the concert because Axl was napping in the arena. So he said he wanted total quiet in the Forum. So that's pretty cool. That's power. Okay. Next up is someone that could go by one name, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Or you could just say Lin. He might say, no, you can't. But I think this is the one I recommended to Matt. I don't want to brag, but I remember seeing a photo of him backstage in a bed in a really small backstage room. And I don't know if it was for Hamilton or In the Heights. Maybe taking a nap or talking about napping. And just thought it was so cool. It was so New York because I think it was a black and white photo. And those rooms are just so small. Like you imagine them huge, I guess, in your head, or I do. And if you saw the Michael Keaton movie, that takes place a lot backstage. I can't remember if that room was big or small now. So, I don't know. I guess that wasn't very useful. But yeah, let me see if there's 3 links here. But yeah, creative force behind Hamilton and Encanto soundtrack. Hasn't said anything explicit about his love of naps, but his fondness for them couldn't be clearer except for these photos of him catching a few winks. So, yeah, let's just check these photos coming in, if I can find them. Okay, there's one of him sleeping in a recliner. That's not it, but he looks comfortable. Here's this dolly thing with Freud. I'll have to check that out later. Then I think this is an airplane or a bus he's sleeping on. With headphones. And then the third photo, not the one I was thinking of either, but he's like, him and Usnavi are sleeping together. Javier Munoz. So they're taking a nap. I don't know if it's I guess it would be backstage because, and that's from, I don't know, is there a date on this? 2013. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's Lynn. Next up is someone who I've tried to pitch a movie to indirectly on Sleep With Me. Natasha Lyonne. Now, according to Matt, New Yorkers don't always fit the stereotype of a napper, but she's not shy about her love of a siesta. In 2022, she said that hosting Saturday Night Live threw off her nap regimen, describing the show as a real wake-up central. It's not the only time she's talked about a love of a snooze. In 2014, she talked in Interview Magazine. I'd rather take a nap than get strong, I prefer a nap over some other things. Next up, Novak Djokovic. Now, that's a great tennis player, one of the greatest tennis players in history. At the time of this article, ranked number 1, but also takes his sleep schedule very seriously. At time, turned his short naps to supplement his target 8.5 nightly hours. His dozing tends to run up to 30 minutes, and he wakes feeling recharged. Also meditates. So sometimes it's the naps, sometimes it's the breathing exercises that will recharge me and allow me to have a bit more energy for the rest of the day. So that's great. Okay, next up, NFL quarterback Jacoby Brissett, who at the time of the article was the quarterback for the Washington Commanders, but I believe is Arizona's quarterback currently. But Jacoby considers napping as important as meditation for calming and unwinding after a tough game. Just a couple of minutes just to be to myself and kind of relax and all the commotion and meetings, walkthroughs, workouts, just trying to relax a little bit. He said in 2022, and even former coaches agree. He's a big nap guy, one of his former coaches on the Cleveland Browns said. And finally, number 10, coming in at number 10, Michaela Schifrin, a gold medalist who's been enthusiastically vocal about her dedication to napping. Again, you kind of see a trend here of like these big, they have big buildups or big events. The first thought I'll have upon waking up is I cannot wait for my nap today. I don't care what happens. I can't wait to get back in bed, she told Outside Magazine in 2017. She reportedly catches extra Z's for an hour or so daily, even getting a little shut-eye in the snow during downtime and competitions. And there's a link to a nice New Yorker profile. And so, yeah, that's it. Like, make sure to check out Matt Hoffman. Use the links in the notes. Maybe we could get him, like, writing about napping more. But you could also read a lot more of Matt's writing. And friend of the show. So, and actually, funny story. So Matt and I were keeping in contact and saying, yeah, we got to do some sort of crossover episode. And Matt and I knew each other well enough. I think he had my phone number. Maybe not. Oh, no, that's what happened. So I was at a theme park, not in the town where I live, with the family from even further out of town. And I think I got back to the hotel to take a nap or for my dog, Sophia, to take a nap. Or just a midday break, because this was in the summertime. And I had a message from Matt. Maybe it was at night, though. Did I just see you at this theme park? And it was like, yeah. And then we missed each other because he was there for competition for someone. So small, just 2 ships passing in the night. So that's it. Check out Matt's work. Use the link in our show notes. I hope you enjoyed this crossover version, and I guess alternating between Super Chill Scoots and I. And you learned a little bit more about napping. What a great time. I would love to take a nap right now. But I guess I'm going to check on Koa and make sure she's taking a nap. Thanks and good night, everybody. All right, buddy, this is Scoots with a tuck you in message about, I've been asking people when they sign up to support the show, why? Like, what is the biggest reason someone supports the show? So I don't know if you want to do this. You could put yourself in their shoes. I'm going to walk you through what some people have said, the kind of recurring themes. And maybe if you put yourself in their shoes, maybe you're the one tonight that'll support the show. So here's how it goes normally. This is the most popular kind of response. First they say, yeah, no, Scooter was talking to me. I am the one who can support the show and who wants to. I've just been putting it off or thinking someone else is going to do it or tuning it out. But yeah, I'm the one. And I remember what my life was like, what my bedtime was like before I found Sleep With Me. I remember that, and I didn't like it. And I don't want to go back to that. And I know, just like Scooter says, the show can't exist unless people like me support it. If I don't support it, or someone doesn't support it for me, the show won't be here. And I don't want that either. And then what they always do, and they tell me about this, the people that actually have been signed up lately, they go right now. So if this is you, go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus right now and sign up, and then worry about the bonus content tomorrow. Because if you put it off, you will put it off for years. But as soon as you sign up, you could have that relief. You see, I'm a part of this now. I'm a part of what's keeping this show going. I'm a part of this bedtime relief for me. Now I don't got to worry about whether the show's going to be around or not. And for other people too. And that feels pretty nice. A lot better than what it used to be like. So thanks. Thanks for supporting the show. And when you sign up, you get a video from me saying just that. The second one kind of goes very similarly. And it does take hearing me ask 30, 40, 50 times that suddenly something clicks and it's like, man, this show, Scooters really needs some support here. I didn't realize it just clicks at some point. This podcast needs people to support it to exist. And I am so happy this is in the world. It changed my relationship with sleep like nothing else had. There's not something that could replace this. And if Scooter stopped narrating the show or making the show, I would really miss him. Even if it was somebody else or a different company making the podcast, I would miss this version of Sleep With Me if it was gone a lot. Because I like it. I love it. And it makes my life better. I really enjoy it. And I don't want to go without it. And I do know now it needs my support right now. And then right now, maybe you're the one. They go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. They sign up. They set up the bonus content a day or two from now when I send out the follow-up welcome video and stuff like that. But then they're like, wow, I get a video from Scoots when I sign up. Man, maybe now I feel closer to this show. I feel really good because I've done my part. I don't got to worry about it anymore. I was putting it off. I put it off for 3-4 years. That's a common refrain lately. And I'm glad it clicked, and I'm glad to be a part of this thing. So if that's you, I hope it is. You can support the show. You're in a position to, and you will right now because you'll miss it if it's gone. Don't wait. sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. And the next one kind of looks something like, okay, put yourself in this person's shoes. Maybe this is you. Maybe you only use the show when you need it, or maybe you use the show pretty often, but you're like, finally, I found something that makes my relationship with bedtime better. I tried all this other stuff. I paid for a lot of stuff, but Sleep With Me has made my nights better, and therefore my days are better. And I don't want to go back to what it was like before the show was a part of my life. So me paying $120, $240, $60 a year, like Scoots is serious. That's another thing they realize. My $60 a year will change the future of the podcast. My $60 a year is a really big deal to the show and to Scooter and to keeping it going. So I'm going to go right now and support the show at sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. And they do that right now when it clicks. And then suddenly after they do it, they feel good. And then they feel even better when I send them a thank you video. Because then I say, hey, what made you sign up to support the show? Because it changed my life. Because it did this for me. It helped me in this way. Because I don't want to think about not having the podcast in my life, or the podcast has helped me through these major things in my life, and I want it to be around the next time something else comes up. If that's you, you can sign up at sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. But don't put it off, because if you're like most people, you'll put it off for 2 or 3 years, and we could really use your support tonight. So think about it. Thanks.